name is John Garland, and the house was built by my grandfather sometime around 1905. About 1945, we moved in and did a lot of stuff. It didn't have running water, it had a well. I don't know what was in the back porch. It didn't have a bathroom inside. The bathroom was in a barn in the backyard. In the wintertime, it's cold. But you didn't pay that much attention to it. That's just what it was. My dad was friends with a man on the tile company in Charlotte, and he gave him tile, and he had men that did the back porch, and we watched how they did it. So Dad and I did the front porch. Somebody, after we sold it, put that glass work in. Got a Stumptown parade that they have here. Well, Mother let some lady use her driveway to set up a booth for art. She had pictures, and every year she'd give my mother another picture for her letting her use the driveway to set up her art thing. But Mother and all her friends would gather on the front porch, and that's where they watched the parade from. There was a train wreck here one time, and my father was getting ready to go. It was the one he caught, and the train was coming from Charlotte, and it didn't get completely off the tracks into the bypass lane, and it hit and wrecked down here, and of course the engines were still running, and a couple of them were killed, and my dad climbed in there and was able to cut the engines off because he knew how to do it.
And so your dad worked for the railroad?
He was a fireman for the Seaboard Railroad.
And what was his primary job?
When they had coal-fired engines, he was the one that shoveled the coal, into the firebox. And when I was a little kid, he worked on what they call a work train that did maintenance on the line. And so when he came through here, Mother would take me down to the Indian Trail or somewhere, wherever you could get on, and I would get on the train and ride with him on the engine. He always worked on the freight trains, and of course it had a caboose, and they had somebody on the caboose. But it's just him and the engineer and whatever they called the man. I reckon it was the Brakeman. Well, the walls are solid brick, and they had plaster on them. But when we moved here, the plaster was getting bad, so my dad put up 2x4s and some insulation and paneled it. And somebody has torn that off down to the bare brick walls again.
Do you like it?
Huh?
Do you like it?
It suits me. It's not mine. I don't care anymore. But, it looks good for what you're doing with it.
Are they ceilings original?
Oh, yeah. My mother had a vacuum cleaner that had a discharge on it that you could blow stuff with. And I got a paint bottle and painted these beaded ceilings using her vacuum cleaner. So that's how I painted them. But I think somebody's painted them since, because it didn't have the molding up there. That was a double closet right there. Somebody's torn that. Well, when it originally, it was a hallway. But my dad put a wall and a door here and made that a closet this way and that way. This was a clothes closet, and that's where you kept towels and stuff like that. And this was their bedroom. And where that bookcase is, that was a door that went into the bathroom, because there used to be a porch there. So, and the well and the pump was about halfway between that door and that opening and that door over yonder was the milk room. But it only came to about right here. And this was a porch that came here, and the well was about right there. We had one red light.
And much traffic, or what did it look like out front?
Oh, it was very little traffic. The road was just 2 lanes, and the rest of it was gravel or dirt. Because I backed the school bus in the driveway, I could pull up and back in, and there was no problem. Didn't have any traffic problems then. I don't think they had a livery stable downtown, but and they had some horses in it when I moved here. But farmers still use mules, because Renfro's had a gin down here, and in the fall you got out of school to pick cotton, and there were still farmers down here that brought their cotton down to Renfro's in a wagon pulled by mules. We'd gather down there on Sunday afternoon and play on the bales, make forts out of them. We could get enough kids, we could move one of them 500-pound bales where we wanted it. You know, parents just let you go, and as long as you was home by dark, that was okay.